Ready for another unique Florida road trip?
Yes, let's hit the road.
Welcome to the Ponce Inlet Lighthouse. So we're in Ponce Inlet, about an hour from downtown Orlando, so like an hour and 25 minutes, an hour and a half from the theme park areas. And after you get off the interstate, kind of an interesting drive.
It is, beautiful houses. Oh my gosh, it's a unique, fun drive.
Let's go check out the lighthouse. The Ponce de Leon Inlet Lighthouse has been designated a National Historic Landmark. Here's a little map of the lighthouse grounds. Looks like somewhere between 11 and 12 buildings, plus a garden area and a nature trail. The museum and gift shop, current hours are from 10 a.m. until 9 p.m. There is the lighthouse, the tallest in Florida, third tallest in the United States. Into the gift shop to buy the tickets. Adults, which is 12 and up, $6.95. Children, 11 and under, $1.95. We've only been here a few minutes and I'm already learning stuff. Earlier I said this was the third largest lighthouse in the United States. It is the second largest lighthouse in the United States. That is brick. Second largest brick lighthouse. Here's kind of a panning shot of the grounds. Like I said, 11 or 12 buildings, something like that to check out. This is more elaborate than I thought. I thought I was only going to see a lighthouse today. So how do you want to do this? Just like follow the map?
Yeah, I would say let's hit up the buildings and stuff too.
Well, building one was the gift shop. Hats and t-shirts and little lighthouses.
Cute
They
stuff.
do have an online version of the gift shop, don't they?
Yes, they do.
I'll leave a link to it. And here's the 8th wonder of the world, the backside of a gift shop. As this is the woodshed and a video theater. Some benches to sit and watch a tutorial video which plays every 20 minutes, giving you a history of the lighthouse and the grounds. Exhibit 3, I should say, is the Cuban rafts exhibit. Signage here to sort of explain the Cuban refugee rafts exhibit. Here's a couple of cool looking examples of the Cuban rafts. This one washed ashore in 1989, whereas this one, which is a couple of inner tubes made up this one, washed ashore in 1994. A couple more examples right there, a third one there. Cuban refugees seeking to start a new life in America. The building by the rafts exhibit is just an administration building closed to the public. There's another shot of the lighthouse. You can see some people up top there. 203 steps to get to the top. And hold on to your hats, it's windy up there. And now we're going to head over to exhibit number 4, which is what, Nikki?
The second assistance keeper's dwelling, and essentially they needed 3 lighthouse keepers because of the maintenance, the constant maintenance that was needed to keep the lighting system going.
Yeah, a lot of upkeep for this place. And here is said dwelling. So this is where the second assistant lived. I can't wait to see the first assistant and the actual lighthouse keeper. And they did not have to live alone, did they, Nikki?
No, they were actually allowed to bring their families. So because the area is so remote that, you know, it became almost a little town in and of itself.
Well, it was kind of remote today. It was quite the drive to get here after the interstate.
It was.
And here's the inside of the second keeper's dwelling. Some information on, I guess, the principal keepers. Right there, Nikki. A lot of the principal keepers, not like the second assistant or the first assistant, but the actual like lighthouse keepers. A little history lesson there. There's the first guy. 1887. Here's one of the lighthouse inspector's pennants. Interesting thing, they have like 2 fireplaces. Who would have thought they would have need 2 fireplaces in Florida? The pantry, a little display of things you may have needed for lighthouse life. This room in here, which may have been a bedroom back in the day, currently displays clothing that the lighthouse keepers and assistants would have worn. Informational boards in every room. Also in this room, a display of clocks, timekeepers, to help out whatever they needed to keep time for. Also, multiple video displays and a third fireplace. Oh my goodness. They had a very nice front porch, I'll say that. The next exhibit is the principal lighthouse keeper's dwelling. This was not used for the lighthouse. It's a searchlight from a destroyer of the U.S. fleet for World War II. Into the first room, another fireplace, a display of some type of canoe. Yes, canoes and road trips, they go together. Yeah, this one, several more rooms than the other house we were in. Ooh, we have a display here. Looks like this is a display of beacons. Another larger beacon there. And this is actually a floodlight. Look at this display. Aviator gear. Sort of reminds me of that road trip we took where we did the bi-wing plane experience. I'll leave a link to that video. The beacons were not just for the ships, but for aircraft as well. This room has a model of the construction of the lighthouse, the brick lighthouse. I've discovered the washroom. Check out that old tub. The bathroom was not original. It came about in like the early 1920s. A fair amount of guests today walking around, more than I expected.
Here at the Ponce Inlet Light Station and Museum, there are a couple tour options. There's a self-guided tour, which they'll give you a map that has, you know, great information on it.
Which is what we're doing.
Yeah, we're doing the self-guided. That you also can do a group tour of a group of 10 or more if you wish to enhance that overall lighthouse experience. One of the volunteers here and knowledgeable staff can walk you around and give you more information on that, and that is completely free. They also have unique tours with RSVP events and on-site educational workshop activities and youth programs. And if you're looking for a wedding location, the Ponce Inlet Lighthouse also has that available with a max of 50 guests.
Now, according to the map, the next building or exhibit would be the actual lighthouse. We're going to skip over that.
Yes.
We're going to save that as the grand finale.
I like that idea.
Exhibit 7 is this little house here, which is a pump house. I believe it. The sign says 1907, built to provide more water for the station. So that one is the second assistant's dwelling. And then we have the principal lighthouse keeper's house. So what we haven't seen, the first assistant's dwelling. We cannot actually walk inside of this house, but they do have a couple of big picture windows for us to peek inside, and when we do so, we can see it's been decorated as if it were in the early 1900s. This building is actually named after a little girl that was born in it. Do you know what being here reminds me of? I bet you do.
I do.
What is it?
Colonial Williamsburg.
Building number 9.
Is the generator building, and essentially it was a privy and storage area for the first assistant keeper's family. But in 1933, 2 electric generators were installed to provide electricity to parts of the light station.
So here we have building 10, and the person who sold us the tickets in the gift shop said, do not miss this building. Whoa, look at these. These are amazing. Oh my goodness. Let me zoom in on that one. I'm sure being on camera is not going to do it justice as seeing it with your own eyes, but wow. This building houses the largest collection of, I think, Fresnel, I'm saying that right? Fresnel lenses? Wow, they're just amazing looking, aren't they? Yeah,
and you can tell why they needed 3 lighthouse captains in here to just maintain this alone. I mean, could you imagine the dusting and the cleaning of the sea air off of the, you know, all of the lenses and, you know, glass?
Looks like works of art to me. Wow. The star of the exhibit so far, wouldn't you say?
Oh, stunning. I mean, just the reflection of light and oh, it's just beautiful.
Like I said, like almost like works of art.
Yeah.
Right out front of it, we have the bronze bell, 1,000-pounder, salvaged from a sunken sea buoy at the Charleston Harbor entrance channel, was minted in 1911. The 1,000-pounders were used as fog signals on harbor entrance buoys, on lightships, and at some lighthouses. And here is Exhibit 12, the oil storage house. But before we go in there or take a look in there, they have an anchor. Look at that large anchor, oh my goodness. Circa 1830 to 1860. That means it's really old. And here is a look inside of the oil storage building. Those are range lights and channel markers, by the way. No more delay. Time to head into the lighthouse, take those 203 steps up to the top. But you know what? Might be some good opportunity for selfie pictures up there.
Oh, for sure.
Now, how tall is this, Nikki?
175 feet tall.
Which makes it the 2nd tallest brick lighthouse in the United States.
And the 1st in Florida.
Oh. A little bit of a warning sign before we head up the steps, which is right now, that right there, 1 small step for man. Let's get to the top and finish that statement. There are a couple of landing pads along the way though. My legs are burning. Almost to the top. This is a service room. But we're almost to the top, guys. Yes, I am out of breath. We've made it to the top, and the first thing I want to show you on the waterway there is Disappearing Island. We may take a separate trip out there one day. And this is a look from the top of the lighthouse onward to the water there. 175 feet up. 203 steps. Yes, it was tiring. Here's an aerial view of the 3 keeper homes. First assistant, 2nd assistant, and the actual principal keeper. It is breezy, but feels good after that hot walk up the little staircase, the tight staircase. And right out that way, that is another dog beach. We went to the dog beach on the other side, but that one's right there. And I think there's some places to eat right down there too. I think another day we'll go to Dog Beach and supboard and kayak out to the Disappearing Island. I think I found our spot for lunch. Let's head down the stairs and go eat. Hey, you know what? It's time to go down now, but I think going down's easier. Gravity assisted.
Okay, hope not too much gravity.
We made it back down. Going down was physically easier, but mentally a little more challenging. I had to concentrate more. I have big feet, and those are narrow steps.
Sure enough. It's not as bad as going up to the top of the Statue of Liberty.
Oh.
That was a tighter turn. This actually is like a nicer, easier kind of spiral staircase.
Okay.
So for those of you who have done the Statue of Liberty, it's not that bad.
Which, do they do that anymore?
I don't know. I don't know if they do that.
I think they stopped at one point. I don't know if they ever brought it back.
Oh no.
But come to the Lighthouse instead now.
Exactly. If you want to climb up a windy spiral staircase, do it here.
Want your cardio workout while on vacation? Climb these steps.
And what did you say along the way down? That this should have been a winter trip.
Yeah,
so come in the, not in the height of summer.
Summer, Would have been a little cooler.
A little bit.
In February. This attraction begins and ends at the gift shop.
Most of the areas are ADA compliant, but we'll leave a link in the description box for more specific areas that are more accessible than others. The Lighthouse itself is not equipped with an ADA convenience,
but other buildings are. And here's the gift shop. T-shirts and knickknacks, and I'm sure they must have a little model of that lighthouse for sale too. In fact, here's one that lights up. The Ponce Inlet Lighthouse. Quite the hidden gem, isn't it, Nikki?
I wouldn't say hidden. It is busy. I was shocked at, like, I was not expecting it to be like this.
Me either.
You know, popular.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of tourists and just sightseers checking it out. And now that we're done with the lighthouse, the Ponce Inlet Lighthouse, all we have to do is walk through these gates, make a left, and our restaurant is right there. Let's go check it out. This is the Ponce Inlet Veterans Memorial Park, and just across the road there is going to be the restaurant. 2 seconds later, we're at the Hidden Treasure Rum Bar and Grill. They have a gift shop and everything here, but we're interested in food right now. Have a little pirate here, a little pirate statue. I'm gonna have Nikki take a picture of me for Instagram. Watch out, there's a torpedo right out front. And we are here right at lunchtime. See how long it takes to get a table. And it's gonna be about a 20-minute wait. But they did warn us before we walked up. So there's the lighthouse. There's the restaurant we're gonna eat at. And then right next to the restaurant, you can do sailing, you can take tours, there's jet ski rentals, parasailing, stuff like that. That little building there is the check-in for the parasail. They also have supboard rentals. Yeah, so we're just doing some exploring as we wait on the table. Here's some of the parasailing stuff and the catamaran for sailing, and I assume we just launch your supboard from right here. We can take a closer look at Disappearing Island. This is called Disappearing Island because it comes and goes depending on the tide. When the tide is low, it appears. When it's high, it disappears. But it's known as Disappearing Island, not Appearing Island. Definitely gonna come back and do some stuff. Most likely the jet ski tour. Sounds like fun.
Oh, for sure.
I'm sure one day we'll bring our own supboard and kayak and come out here to Disappearing Island. And you know, maybe one day we'll parasail. A lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, well, the jet ski tour sounds amazing because it's an hour. It's a guided tour, and you go all the way around it. Yeah. And you even hit like the the ocean and stuff too. So you go around the whole island. It's awesome. Yeah, if the conditions are right, they'll take you out to the ocean. Yeah. So today's adventure was more like the highbrow museum visit. The next one, oh, we're gonna get down. We're gonna get down on the next one. So make sure you're subscribed and have the bell notification clicked so you don't miss it. Yes, it's gonna be fun. And as always, we'll leave links in the description box for everything you need to know. That's the restaurant we're going to eat at right there on the water. Just down the sidewalk here, if you're interested in deep sea fishing or sport fishing, there's a place for you. A little playground for the kids. Looks like a pirate ship. And here's an ice cream shop with boat rentals. We'll see if Nikki lets me have some ice cream later. You know, I'm not supposed to be eating ice cream. It's very bad for you. But it's a road trip. There's always an excuse for ice cream. That's true. So as we've been talking about, we're breaking this up into multiple days, but you don't have to do that. If you wanted to pop over to the lighthouse first thing in the morning and have some other sport activities with the jet skis and the parasailing scheduled later on, you can do that. We're just gonna break it up. Nikki, you had a question for me? Yeah, so when can we come back? We'll come back before July ends. Okay. I like this tree that's on the outside patio here. That's cool. Okay, we're gonna check out the food menu and the drink menu. I mean, there's, I think they have some rum here, Nikki. Yes, it's a rum bar, so, and you know that's like my drink. You are a pirate. Arr. Let's find some food and drinks. Here's our view right by the water. I can see the island starting to disappear a bit. To start, we're gonna have the cheesy crab fritters. It's a house recipe with a perfect blend of cheese and crab meat and lightly deep fried and served with HT's jalapeno bacon ranch. And they come in a little boat. How adorable. And for my drink, I got the shipwreck. It's coconut rum, banana rum, pina colada mix, and ice cream. My drink is gonna be the Rose Bay Smash.
Bacardi and coconut rums with pineapple and orange juices. And I get to keep that wonderful coconut mug. That boat you see behind us there is actual seating for the restaurant. Now, according to TripAdvisor, this restaurant is one of the top 10 for Ponce Inlet. I went with the coconut shrimp dinner, around $21, $22. I got the garlic mash and sweet potato wedges. I love coconut shrimp. Oh, and it has hush puppies.
I ordered the fried green BLT. It's freshly sliced green tomatoes, hickory bacon, and lettuce on Texas toast. Again, with that jalapeno bacon ranch.
I did mention this place is dog friendly. We have a boat full of dogs pulling up now. So that boat pulled up with 2 dogs and 2 more hopped on at the dock. And now they're off for fun. All done with our lunch at Hidden Treasure. Let's start with a review of, I don't know, the drinks.
Okay.
You had the better drink, banana.
I did. The banana rum was delicious. It had ice cream in it. Oh my goodness. I mean, it was really mild.
Yeah,
tasting,
for the rum, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It was so good.
Yeah, yours was better than mine. I liked yours better. But I got the cute little coconut cup.
You did.
I have named Lucas, by the way. And then the appetizers come highly recommended. The crab cheese fritters, right?
Oh, delicious. Probably the best I've ever had in my entire life. And the homemade like ranch sauce was amazing too.
Yeah, that is a really good. Even people in Chicago, I was texting a friend in Chicago, knows about those fritters.
Yes.
And moving on to the entrees, what'd you get?
So I got the fried green tomatoes on Texas toast. It was like a BLT, and the fried green tomatoes were so good that I ended up taking, so I ate half the sandwich, and the second half I just ate the tomato because it was so good. And again, it had that like homemade ranch sauce, which was wonderful.
I had a coconut shrimp dinner, and I really didn't need the dinner. I really didn't mess with the sides so much, a garlic mash and like sweet potato wedges.
Yeah, it's a big, it
Yeah.
can feed 2 people. So there's a lot.
I just stuck with mainly the coconut shrimp. They were pretty good. I eat a lot of coconut shrimp. Those are not in like better or worse than anything else I've had. Pretty standard.
How was the hush puppy?
Oh, I love the hush puppies. I need like twice the hush puppies. I only came with 2, and you took a big old bite of one.
I did not. He gave me like a crumb, and he's like, and then he goes, "Oh yeah, let me have your drink." I'm like, so I have to share all of my drink, and you give me tiny little bit of hush puppy. What a turd.
But for sure, I think we can both recommend, if you're in this area,
Yeah.
hit up the Hidden Treasure, Rum Bar and Grill.
Yes, and it's walking distance from the Lighthouse, so it's perfect, you know, just to...
And for all the water activities that you can rent here too.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I think we're gonna wrap it up. The Lighthouse was super interesting.
It really was. It was a nice piece of Florida history to walk through.
And national history too. It's the 2nd tallest brick lighthouse in America. So that was cool. I think that we are making plans to come back and go to Disappearing Island. I've wanted to come here for a while, but you've been at school, and I was trying to time, you know, low tide so the island's at its, you know, fullest.
Yeah, but we can see, because it's at high tide right now, and we see how it is, and we're like, high tide's not that bad.
It didn't completely disappear.
No, and it didn't go over your head, you know, the water level.
And we may go on some of the tours you can rent, like the jet ski tour, or the sailing, or the parasailing, stuff you guys can do when you're here. And we might come out one day with our supboards and our kayaks and stuff.
And maybe even go to the other dog beach too and bring Winnie out.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, plenty of stuff to do here. And I think that's going to wrap it up for this video. What do you say at the end of these, Nikki?
Adventure is out there.
You'll find it on a road trip.